A 53-year-old Brisbane man has been found under a wharf in the Brisbane River, as authorities urge southeast Queenslanders to remain indoors due to incoming storm threats. The man, who was reported missing on Monday, was found by a crew member at the Port of Brisbane last night and reported to police shortly after. Sadly, there has now been 10 deaths in total as of the weather event in Queensland, Police Commissioner Katarina Carroll said. All of these deaths are flood-related, some unexpected when water has risen very, very quickly in areas that we're not used to. Thunderstorms are expected to once again lash Queensland today. Peter Wallace, police believe the man had been trying to cross the Brisbane River in a tinny. Ms. Carroll urged all residents to follow weather warnings closely. Over the next few days, as the showers and rain and storms continue, please be aware of that flash flooding, she said. Look after each other, obey the rules and please be patient. Premier Annastacia Palaszczuk said while it was good news conditions were easing, more extreme weather and rainfall was expected across the southeast today. She urged continued caution and expressed condolences to all lost in floodwaters. Any loss of life during these events is heart-wrenching, Ms. Palaszczuk said. Floodwater bubbling through storm water drains undid days of cleaning efforts in Auchenflower. 9. Over 5,000 properties have been damaged across the state. 9. The Bureau of Meteorology warned that while storms were unlikely to be as severe as yesterday's deluge, more rainfall remains a huge threat in the already flooded region. They will not be as widespread or intense as what we saw yesterday, meteorologist Laura Bokel said. However, these showers and storms are falling on sodden catchments. Storms and wet weather are expected to hit later this morning and into the afternoon. Any water that falls today could lead to flash flooding. It doesn't take a severe storm to see some heavier impacts, Ms. Bokel said. What we're seeing today, we will expect tomorrow, and for the rest of the week as well. Thousands of properties have been damaged in the region, with 5,394 assessments conducted. Dozens of schools have been forcibly closed and some 60,000 insurance claims have been lodged between Queensland and NSW, totaling more than $900 million in damages. Over 260 people have been forced to seek refuge in crisis accommodation. Residents warned to stay indoors. As residents desperately try to clean up the destruction left by devastating floods across Queensland's southeast, emergency services have warned people to halt their plans and stay indoors. Queensland Fire and Emergency Services, QFES, says it's too early to tell where exactly the storms will strike. However, widespread rainfall is expected with heavy rain highly likely in Brisbane. Emergency services have warned people to halt their cleanup plans and stay indoors, with state expected to cop yet another battering this afternoon. 9. QFES Deputy Commissioner Mike Wassing said it's most likely the severe weather will sweep across the state this afternoon. The predictions that these storms will probably roll in this afternoon, and so we are supporting the local communities in terms of cleanup operations, he told Today. He said the QFES had several hundred requests for assistance yesterday. We have predictions of high-impact windstorms with significant rainfall. Where those actual locations are yet to be seen. The volunteer-led Mud Army has been advised to halt their cleanup efforts until tomorrow morning. Authorities have reminded drivers to remain cautious on roads in heavily flooded areas. Transport and main roads. Queensland. Looters return. Reports have also emerged of more looting in Queensland's southeast. Acting Queensland Police State Disaster Coordinator Shane Chelopid described the offending as terrible. They are terrible reports, he said. Again overnight, we have had a couple more reports of people out, attempting to loot people's properties that have been absolutely devastated by these events, and we have seen that throughout. Mr. Chelopy said police were cracking down. We are taking it very seriously. We have had over 100 staff deployed 24 hours a day. We are using helicopters, water police, general duties police, and we are out actively patrolling through those suburbs And we are taking a zero-tolerance approach to this disgusting behavior, and we have arrested a number of people. We don't apologize for that, and we will keep doing that. Authorities on edge. As catchments across the state remain at tipping point, authorities remain on edge as to what the day might bring. It is really not going to take much rain at all for them to come up once again, today reporter Jess Millwood explained. How you can help with the flood crisis in Queensland and NSW. Flood cleanups underway after devastating deluge. Brisbane residents have been told to expect consistent rainfall over the coming 3 days, with conditions set to remain humid, with above 30°C temperatures forecast all weekend and damp. The BOM predicts a 70% chance of rain today in Brisbane, with between 4 to 15 millimetres set to fall over the city.